Okay, so we've got Novice, May, I believe this was May of, I think it was the 18th, Jennings, Southern Track Days event, and this is riding with Tessa and Novice, and let's see what we see here. Getting out, looks good. Staying to the right, good job. Thank you for that. Good, good. I'll notice here how as we're leaving turn 2, kind of sit upright on the motorcycle here. Ideally, I want to keep hanging off the left as I'm going out of here, so that I can, as the motorcycle is upright, I can accelerate harder. I can be more aggressive with the throttle, which is going to want to push you wide. You're holding a constant throttle here, but I want you to be accelerating more. So let's say you're at 20% right now. It should be 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and it should be increasing faster. So you need to be able to stay off the left side of the motorcycle to counter that acceleration as you're leaving turn 2, rather than sitting up and kind of cruising to the next corner. Here, get wider. So when I'm coming out of turn 2, I'm gonna try to aim for the 3 marker. So by the time I get to 3, my bike is parallel with the edge of the track and I'm on the white line. The wider I can be, the better my turn-in point and the better my corner speed through 3 is going to be. And then let's see if we can go back a second here. When you're going into 3, stay as upright as possible for as long as possible. When you're ready to turn the 3, it should then be a commitment to turn. So I want to be here on the edge of the racetrack here, and then so my bike is upright, and when I decide that I'm going to turn, I want to change this direction to my max lean angle, whatever that is, in as short of distance as possible. I don't want to slowly increase lean angle. I want it to be as quick of a change in direction as I possibly can. It's kind of nitpicking, but that's my goal. Now, I want to be carrying enough speed through here that I'm going to get from 3 to 4 so quickly that I won't have time, or I don't have a benefit of sitting back up on the motorcycle or go to the right. I'm just going to stay to the left the entire time. If I have enough time to sit back up on the motorcycle or add throttle, it just tells me that I should have been going faster. This is good. This is good. You stayed to the left, didn't weave like most people do. Very nice, very nice. Accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. Harder, harder, harder. Drive out, right? So you notice I'm carrying, as I accelerate, again, it's going to want to push the motorcycle to the right. I have all this room. So look at where you are here, right? That's kind of a bad angle. You're here, and you have all of this racetrack that you could be using. That's speed. It's time. It's lap time. It's all throttle there. Use your gas to drive the motorcycle to the right. I like to think of it as I'm attacking the next corner rather than kind of riding to it. I want to attack turn 7. Good, good, good. Try to pull the bike in tighter. You see how you're drifting wide? My goal is, as I'm getting to the end of this rumble strip, right? This is kind of my line. I'm trying to get in tight here, and then as I hit this point, this would be my apex. I'll pick up the gas, which is going to drive me to the right more. You being kind of middle of the track already, it's going to be harder for you to get back. but also you're probably going to stay in the middle of the racetrack, and then it's going to be harder for you to accelerate if you wanted to, leaving the corner, because you're going to be worried about running off the racetrack. Plus turn 9 comes up pretty quick, right? Yeah. So we both get back to the same spot, only I was able to accelerate a little bit. Same thing leaving here. Get in here nice and tight. Like, clip this rumble strip right here. Not bad, not bad. It'll be a little tighter there, but not bad. Aim for that meatball. Pretend you're gonna hit this meatball. I want to be almost aiming at it, and then I get to the point where, let's say, if I continue, I'm gonna run it over. I shut the throttle down. I haze the front brake. Let the motorcycle do the rotation here so that I can get tight to this rumble strip. I want to be as tight to that as I can because it's going to improve my exit of 11. I'm turning a little late there, but it's fun. Drive out. See, the wider you are, the straighter your line through turn 12 will be. But being really shallow, when you get up here, you're going to have to make this a sharper turn than it needs to be, versus if I'm wider, when I do my rotation, it's now a straight line through there, versus you're going to make it a very sharp turn through there. Hopefully that makes sense. So come in here as wide as you can get. So you had to add a bunch of lean angle, not a bunch, but you had to add lean angle there. Use those exits. That's speed, speed, speed. Be a little tighter here, obviously. And then drive out to this meatball. That sets you up nicely for turn 14. Front straightaway, gas, 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 gas. Attack that next corner. Hopefully you noticed, hopefully it feels for you. Let's say we're going on the front straightaway here. Feel how long it takes to get to turn 1. And the reason I say this is because what you want to do is when you get onto the straightaway and know that it's going to take you, I don't know, it's going to take you 10 seconds or so to get down this front straightaway. I think we talked about this at the track, but my goal would be to have you, once you get to this position where the bike is, you're upright on the motorcycle, whatever position you think you have the throttle at, whatever your comfort zone is, I'm sure it's just it's a habit. You know, you twist the throttle to that point, and that's where you sit. Try to pay attention to where that is. And then when you get onto this front straightaway, for a split second, give it a little bit more throttle, and then go back. So let's just use an example. Let's say you're at 25% throttle right here. Go to 28%. You know, just give it a hair more of a rotation for a second, and then go back to your whatever we said you were at, 25% or 20%, whatever it was. Because what's going to happen is you're going to do that for that long. Then you're going to go back to the speed that you're carrying, and you're still going to have, 9 seconds or whatever it is to get to turn 1. You're going to train your brain that, look, it didn't affect me at all. It had no bearing on anything. You're going to teach your brain that there's nothing to fear with that. And that's the name of the game, is convincing yourself that, or trusting yourself, telling your brain that you can trust what you're about to do. And then little by little, you'll be able to do, instead of 25%, maybe you'll go to 30%, or instead of 1 second, maybe it's 2 seconds. And little by little, you're going to build that speed, and before you know it, you're carrying, you're pinned all the way down straightaway or whatever. Oh, that's our goal. And you see, it still takes a bit of time to get down the front straightaway. Okay, so this is interesting. So notice, let's look at your elbow here. Let's go back a little further. Notice your elbow in a right. I'm betting you're more comfortable on your right. I don't remember. I think we talked about it, but I don't remember. Your elbow, in my opinion here, it's in. It doesn't matter if it's in or out, but it looks more relaxed here. You look more comfortable. Now let's compare that to the left. A lot of the times when a rider has the elbow out, they're actually holding their upper body up with that inside arm. So see how this one, see how the arm is out more, but it looks tense. So it looks like you're putting weight down on that hand. Where on the other side, with the elbow in, you can't. If you hold your arm in front of you right now, sitting in a chair on the couch, and you have the arm in, it would be tough to put weight on that hand. But with it out, it's a much easier time. Although sitting on the couch isn't really going to be fair justification in that. But on the motorcycle, it makes a big difference. So try to pay attention to that. Notice if you're putting weight on your hand there. So it sure looks like you are. Accelerate, accelerate. So as you get quicker, you're going to notice this is the same thing we talked about in the last lap. Ideally, I'm going to attack this rumble strip right here, right? I'm pulling the motorcycle to the left with my body position. I'm using the throttle to drive it to the right. If you're in a position where it feels like the motorcycle is going to turn off the inside of the corner, right? Like if I kept pulling the motorcycle to the left and it was turning in out here, where like, oh crap, I'm gonna run off the racetrack. That tells me I can add more throttle to counter the body position. It doesn't mean get up on the motorcycle. It means continue pulling the motorcycle to the left, but knowing that you can drive it more to the right. Those little, tips you give yourself while you're riding, like, oh man, I'm going further to the left than I want to be. Well, I can counter that with more gas to the right. And ideally, you wouldn't even sit up on the motorcycle there. You'd be off the left side that entire time. And I'd still be off the left side down this whole section. I never sit up on the motorcycle. Kind of at Jennings, you kind of really never sit up on the motorcycle. That was a better entry. But notice, maybe it was a better entry and maybe it spooked you a little bit because you were carrying more speed in there. Let's see this again. You were wider, which is good. Being wide to the right was good. But you did kind of drift into the corner rather than committing to it, change of direction, and turning in. You kind of drift in, but you never got off of the bike. You stayed upright the whole time. Let's call that a fluke. Got off there. It's good. Good. Notice how much the motorcycle changes direction when I see you get your body off the left, you see your body weight alter that motorcycle position. That's big. Like, and you're feeling it. And I see the bike dips in a little bit, and then you kind of stand it back up a little bit. You're fighting the effect that your body position is having on the motorcycle. That's the indicator to you that you can carry more speed through there, because the speed is going to counter what you're feeling in body position. And then I pass you, I guess I lead you around now. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that helps. These are just my opinions. Some of it is nitpicky a little bit, but we're trying to always look for things that we can improve on. So hopefully it helps. Thank you.